76% of the population don't trust estate agents. This week, your targets are 1 property sale and 4 mortgage appointments. At Power Bespoke, for example, we have a 1-second notice period. The solution is find a really good independent estate agency. Corporate firms are set up to benefit the shareholders. Do not sign a long contract with an estate agent. Mostly mortgage companies, corporate firms are owned. Top of the tree is a bank. That secret filming and all that kind of stuff was probably the darkest side of agency that you're going to see. Okay, so I wanted to do a quick video today on my thoughts and reaction to the recent Panorama documentary about estate agents in the UK. What we can confirm is that it didn't help the industry. It didn't help the fact that already 76% of the population don't trust estate agents. I think that was obviously the purpose. That makes for good TV viewing. I really dislike the fact that I've never seen a documentary on a really great estate agency who does everything right by the client. Maybe we'll create that one day ourselves. But I wanted to address a couple of things on it because when I was watching it, I've been an estate agent for 22 years now. The industry is always known that that's how it operates. You go to a corporate firm. Corporate firms are set up to benefit the shareholders, highest profits possible. That's what a corporation is there to do. Yes, they should be able to make profit, more profit by being transparent and honest. But some corporate firms like to lie, I guess, is the best way of putting it. There's 2 sides to this video. One is what you saw on that documentary has been happening since I've been an estate agent, 22 years. Probably why 70% of the population don't trust estate agent. But there's another side to it which I want to get across, and I'll touch on what was discovered in that documentary in a minute. But what I want to get across is you watched the darkest side of estate agency, and the majority of corporate firms are set up like that. And I'll tell you why, because they are a front in essence. Mostly mortgage companies, corporate firms are owned. Top of the tree is a bank or a mortgage company somewhere, and the estate agency side of it is a funnel, a lead source into their mortgage company. When the estate agency sells a house, they might earn 3, 4, 5, 6,000 quid. One house for sale is going to generate probably about 10 inquiries on average from 10 different buyers. Maybe more, maybe less, but let's just go with 10. Every one of those 10 people are going to need a mortgage, whether they buy that house they inquired about or not. So now, 100 houses, 10 inquiries per house. That's a lot of buyers coming through the front door of your estate agency. And they come in the front door and they go out the back door into the mortgage business, into the in-house broker, mortgage advisor that's sitting in the estate agent's office. When you look at it like that, it's clear to see that, and they'll earn 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,000 quid selling a house, but over the lifetime value of a new mortgage customer, I suspect with the life insurance and the critical illness cover and the mortgage, they're probably worth 20, 30,000 quid to that mortgage company. That's the dark side of it. It happens, it's been happening since day dot. That generally is what happens at corporate firms. I very short-lived my time in a corporate agency. The reason I left is because, and I set up Power Bespoke, this is the part of the reason, this was my boss came in one day, said, right, this week your targets are 1 property sale and 4 mortgage appointments. We didn't get on too well, and I said to him, that's a bit tricky that, because I'm here to be an estate agent. How about, can I have targets to sell 4 houses and get 1 mortgage appointment? And he was like, no, that's your targets. That's just crazy to me. It's been going on since day dot. It's not how everyone operates. I would sweep in statement here, but I would say every corporate estate agency operates like that. The solution is find a really good independent estate agency. That's not to say that some of these independents think like the corporates. Their primary role, sell mortgages, secondary, sell a few houses along the way. But by and large, the independent firms will be set up to better cater and better serve the client. And I guess there's a little message to the people working in these firms. You need to do better. It's not good enough to say, oh, you know, that's what the powers that be above told me to do. Maybe you should get out of there if it feels uncomfortable and you don't like doing it. I've seen on the social media, it's like, you know, oh, I've worked at this agency for a while and I really dislike the way they do it. Move then. It's that simple. You're the problem because you're withholding offers. Watch the Panorama. I mean, it was the darkest side of the estate agency, but there was offers that weren't passed through to sellers or considered because that buyer wasn't going to be using their mortgage advisor or taking their mortgage product, blah, 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 blah. watch it and you'll see. But I guess what I want to get across this video is that's been going on forever. It shouldn't. The industry needs more regulation, more licensing, more qualification. I'm a massive fan and advocate for that. But it's also the team members in these companies need to do better. You shouldn't be doing it from a personal, moral standard. But it's also the homeowner needs to do more research before signing over the sale of their biggest tax-free asset to this man or this woman. You need to do more research. You need to ask better questions. You need to get reviews, posts in Facebook groups saying, hey, I'm thinking using this estate agent. Can I have some good and bad experiences, please, from people that have had dealings with them? And it still baffles me that you spend more time considering deliberating which car you're going to buy than which estate agent you're going to choose. Generally, you'll go through, you'll walk around a load of car garages, you'll test drive a couple of cars. What happens with estate agency normally is you ring up 3 local estate agents. Hopefully one of those 3 has been recommended to you. You spend maybe an hour with each of them and you sign a contract, usually for 20 plus weeks, to sign your house over to them, sign the sale of your house over to them for the next 20 weeks, no matter what. The advice here is do not sign a long contract with an estate agent. If an estate agent's asking you to sign for 16, 18, 22 weeks, kick them out and find one. And I say kick them out because what some people say is, just ask them to do 4 weeks rolling and they will agree. That's not good enough for me, because you don't want to be working with a company whose default position is I'm going to tie you in for 16 weeks. But we've got a special this week. We'll only tie you in for 4 weeks. That's just the wrong ethics of doing business. So find a company whose ethos and values are we don't tie clients into contracts because we know we're good. We look after clients. We sell houses well for them. We don't need to tie them into contracts. So find one. At Power Bespoke, for example, we have a 1 second notice period. No contract. If after 2 days you think we're crap, you sack us. But we're not crap at all. We're really good and we sell properties, and we do that without having to tie clients into contracts. The advice here was my little reaction to the Panorama documentary, but look, with everything, I want to finish with some advice. Do more research when choosing an estate agent. Spend weeks. Inquire about houses that they're selling. How quick do they respond? How well is your call received? How quick is your email inquiry responded to? Like, all these little things will show you how good these companies are. And don't sign a long contract. Because then if you get the impression that they're being a bit untoward, or they haven't got back to me for feedback on that viewing I had yesterday or 3 days ago, you just sack them and find a new one, a better one. If you sign a long contract, you've got to pay them a fee no matter what. Even if another estate agent sells it for you during that 20 weeks, you still got to pay them. So there we go. Little overview. That isn't the industry as a whole. I can assure you of that. There's thousands and thousands of brilliant estate agents out there. Obviously, showing good estate agents doesn't make for great TV viewing. So that secret filming and all that kind of stuff was probably the darkest side of agency that you're going to see. But it happens. Even if it happened 1% of the time, that's too much. But I can assure you, it's a corporate thing. Look for a good independent estate agent. The great thing with the world now, with the internet, one of the great things that the internet's done for estate agency is it's given little old independent estate agent working out of his bedroom, that was me 10 years ago, the marketing power of the big nationals. The internet's created a level playing field for ethical estate agent over here trying his very hardest to give clients the best outcomes, and corporate firms over there who used to have the value of their 300 offices across the UK was valuable. It's not anymore, because we're all UK wide, because we've all got a website, we all go on Rightmove, we've all got a YouTube channel and a TikTok account and an Instagram and a Facebook. So just find an agent that you trust, that's given great advice, that aren't going to tie you into a contract, and you'll be absolutely fine. Take care.